Hello there and welcome to Disarray, a calm creative corner of YouTube. Today I wanted to offload about something that's been on my mind for a few weeks now, and it's all about being a YouTube creator. So if you weren't aware, my Disarray channel has been around for about 8 or 9 years now, and it's been a real labour of love along the way. I've got so much out of this channel and I've met some really wonderful people as a result, and it's just been overall a really lovely experience. So if you weren't aware, I was diagnosed as autistic a few months ago, and I've recently set up a second channel called Creative Autistic, and I've only posted a few videos, but I've noticed that they've been really quite well received for a tiny micro channel, and it's just not something that's ever happened with Disarray. And I think it's just really hard for small channels that have been around for a long time on YouTube to get any traction at all, really. I think whenever I put out a video on Disarray, I'm lucky if I get, I don't know, 150, 200 views on it within the first week. Whereas on my second channel, I posted a video last Friday and it got 1,000 views over the course of the weekends, and with that a whole lot of engagements. And I don't know whether it's because YouTube's kinder perhaps to newer channels, or whether because it's a different niche there's a lot more kind of interest in autism and the autism community. I'm sure there is, but I just think it's really difficult for arts YouTubers because we're inclined to make similar contents over and over. I know I do. And I've always been aware that that's not something that somebody would want to see all the time, but I thought it might be content that people want to kind of dip into now and again. But it's got me thinking about my long-term strategy at Disarray, because I want to feel like my content is valued, and I know in many ways it is. I've got some tutorials up in particular that have had quite a lot of views, so that's really encouraging. But I'm trying to think of ways forward with this channel and a better strategy, really. And I think I've come to the conclusion that because my content tends to do better from October to December, that is when I should put in most of my efforts, really. And during the rest of the year, I think I'm going to reduce the amount of videos that I put out, because they can take a full day to make, and if I'm not getting a huge amount of return in that in the form of engagement, it can be really discouraging. And I love this channel, don't get me wrong, I've no intention of binning it off or anything like that, but I just want to be more realistic with my workflow, because it takes ages to make a video sometimes, and if you're not getting a huge amount in return, it's just really discouraging, really. So I think as we move forward, I'm going to be putting out a video once every maybe 3 or 4 weeks or so, just to make it feel like I'm getting kind of something of value out of it, really. And once things kind of pick up in October through to Christmas, then there'll be more videos coming out, basically. And I'd love to hear from you, actually, if you're also a art channel creator that's been around on YouTube for some time, and you too are still a micro channel, how you're finding it and how you keep yourself going in terms of motivation, because it's really hard to keep churning out videos if you're not getting a whole lot in return, really. And I really don't want this to be a negative video. I want it to be a pragmatic way of looking at the future of this channel, really. And I want to find ways of keeping myself interested and motivated, as well as keeping you interested in the content as well. So yeah, I think that's going to be the way forward. So I'm sorry to those that have been really loyal to Clay Disarray and been watching my videos every week, because I really appreciate you. But I think I need to find a more realistic way of moving forward, really. I'm sorry if this video has been a bit bitty, but there's been loads of tractors out on the road over the last few days, so there's going to be a few jump cuts. But anyway, I hope I've not been too negative today. It's just really hard being a creator, really, and it just involves making some tough decisions now and again. I have got a couple of videos planned for the next couple of months, so yeah, I'm certainly going to be back, don't worry. If you are interested in my journey as a late diagnosed autistic, I'll leave a link to my new channel down below. And yeah, I'll be back soon-ish, probably in the next 3 weeks or so. So in the meantime, take care of yourselves and I'll see you then.